A goal in Google Analytics is something like a registration. They registered for a free consultation, for example, or a purchase. They actually purchased something. But how do you define goals? They're sort of hidden in Google Analytics. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how to define a goal in Google Analytics and then what you use goals for to measure your performance in terms of your internet marketing. My name is Jason McDonald, Director of the JM Internet Group. Let's get started.
Welcome back. Our agenda is first we're going to talk about what is a goal. Most companies, it's a registration or purchase. We're going to talk about that looking at our website. Then we're going to go into Google Analytics, and I'm going to show you where you define the goals in Analytics. It's rather hidden inside of Analytics. And then third, once we've defined our goals, then we can start to do some really cool things to measure our conversions or how many people are doing our goal. So goals in Analytics, what are we talking about? For most companies, we want people to land on our website and we want them to do what? We want them to either register for something. For instance, I'm a roofing company in Dallas, Texas. They're going to land on my website. I want them to do what? Register for a free consultation. So they're going to fill out a form, then that becomes a sales lead. If I'm a software company, it might be a free download of my software. Could be a free white paper, that type of thing. All of those are sales leads. So what are we trying to do? Get people to register for something. Other common goal is a purchase. So if I'm selling something, I'm selling iPhone skins or some little tchotchke on the internet that people will purchase right off the website, that purchase is the goal. In both of these cases, we measure the goal based on people that get to the thank you page. So once I register for that free consult, I hit that registration form, I get to what? A thank you for registering page. Once I decide to purchase your tchotchke, I purchase it and I see a thank you for buying my iPhone skin or PowerPoint download, whatever. So the goals are measured by thank you. So that's our first thing. So let's pop over here to our instructor links. All the instructor links are on our website at 39, so jm-seo.org/39 will get you to the links, or they're in the YouTube description. So let's talk about this goal path. So I'll go to our website and I'll show you the goal path. So here's our website, and we are very, very explicit. We have goals that we want people to do. We're trying to get them to be excited about our classes. So you land on our website. Oh, look at this. They have a free webinar on social media, the top 10 free tools for social media. How cool is that? It's totally free. Wonderful. Let's get excited. You're going to type your name in here. You're going to give us your email address. You're going to give us your phone number. So you're going to become a sales lead. You're going to type in the word internet for our CAPTCHA. You're going to hit send. So we started from the home page. We landed on the reg page, and now look where we're going to end up. We're going to end up at a very specific page, and notice what this page has on it. Thank you. So now you have successfully completed the goal. You are at the thank you page. So that's the pattern. Now let's look at another pattern. We also do a lot in AdWords. So somebody does a Google search for AdWords coupons. I'm in positions 1 and 2. They click over to the website. On the website, that leads them from the blog into the registration page. They register, because they want to get the free webinar on stuff you should not be doing in AdWords. And they land on a thank you page. So you want to outline your goals for your website down to the thank you page. That's going to mark the completion of the goal. That can be for e-commerce. It can be for any sort of registration. So the first step is just outline your goals from step 1, step 2, ending in the all-important thank you page. And that thank you page is super important to defining the goal in Analytics. So now I've defined my goals in an abstract marketing sense. I'm ready to go into Analytics. Okay, so I've got my goals. Now I need to define the goal in Analytics in a technical sense. So we know the thank you page is what we need to know, and that needs to have a unique URL. So if you're using WordPress or something like that, make sure when they fill out the form, maybe it's an email message form, it doesn't just use a little JavaScript that says thank you. It sends them to a new page that says thank you, because you need that URL. Another big issue, you cannot define the goal retroactively. So it's October 2012. I cannot wait until February 2013 and then say, gosh, I really want to know how many people filled out my form. I can't retroactively do this. So the first thing when you set up Google Analytics, define your goals and turn them on because it's not retroactive. So you want to make sure you start that measurement process. Now, how do we define a goal in Analytics? Okay, I'm going to go over to my Analytics account and I'm going to drill in. Most of you will end up here. Okay, so now I'm in Analytics. Where do the goals live? They live over here on the left-hand side under Conversions, Goals. Now, there's no place over here. No place over here to, I don't know why my screen's being crazy like that. There's no place over here to define the goal. It's insane. They've totally hidden it. It's completely hidden. It's not over here. Whenever you're lost in Analytics, go up to the top, click on the Admin tab. Admin, choose the property. Voila, there are the goals. So Admin, Property, Goals. Okay, now let's work with that goal on social media. So I've defined this goal. I'm going to go down here and let me show you. See the goal URL? Let's go back and look at our goal URL for this. See the goal URL? So take everything after your domain, Control-C as in Charlie. That gets popped in here. So you don't put in your domain. You don't put in jm-seo.org or whatever. You just put the slash, the rest of that. For most of us, it's going to be real simple. It's going to be a head match. You can give the goal a value, and you can define a funnel. Like, what do they do first? Hit the home page, the registration page, and off they go. So this is where you define a goal. If you want to define a new goal, you're just going to add, you're going to click on one of these guys, you're going to give it a name and go through that same process. For most of us, it's a URL definition. So these are our defined goals for the website. We have some for watching things, some for sending us an email, some for registering for some of our free webinars. So I've defined the goal in admin. That's step number 2, is to define the goal. And it's absolutely critical that you know how to do that, that you know when you're lost in here. So much of Google Analytics is like, lost in space. I have no idea why they don't put a button here that says define a goal. Nothing over here helps you define a goal. Admin, property, goal. Click on the plus sign to add a goal. Once you've added a goal, you're usually going to have your goal URL. It's usually going to be a head match. Don't worry about the other more complicated aspects. You can assign a value for your ROI. Is it worth $10, $20, $100 for you to somebody to fill out your registration page? You hit save and you're in good shape. Okay, so now I've defined my goals. Now what can I do that's really cool? So once I've defined them, I've got them measured. Google is measuring my goal performance, how many people are filling out my feedback forms. So now I can really start to rock and roll. There's some quick things we can do. There's some in-depth things we can do. Okay, so let's flip back over to Chrome. I'm going to go to standard reporting. So the first thing you can do, let's reset this. So we just sort of set from basic. Okay, so you'd log in, and I have a lot of data here, so it's sort of good data to work with. So this is our data from January to October. On the left-hand side, go down to your goals, click your overview page, and then you can start to see how many people are completing those goals. So I can see in the last 9 to 10 months, 8,000 people have viewed the free webinar, 926 have sent us an email, 2,146 have looked at our free stuff, 1,400 people have signed up for social media, 8,000 for top 10, 282 for AdWords Gotcha. So I can see and measure my goal completion. That's the first thing you can do. Now, what else can you do? Click on Advanced Segments. They've actually set up a nifty little report, Visits with Conversions. Now, Google is very inconsistent in how it names things. So a conversion is the completion of the goal. It would be nice if this said Visits with Goal Conversions, so people knew what you're talking about, but it's Google. So Visits with Conversions, apply. So now I'm looking at everybody who actually completed a goal. And then what can I do? I can go over to Referrals, and I can see 512 people came from YouTube and did a conversion. 272 came from PR Web. 133 came from Yahoo News. So I can measure what referrer websites really lend conversions. Look at this, organic, under search. I can see what searches yielded conversion. So now I can see not just traffic, but what traffic actually resulted in a conversion. And you do that by advanced segments, turn on visits with conversions. Okay, so that's the easiest thing to do. Now let's do some more sophisticated things to do. Let's turn that back to all visits. Okay, now let's say we wanted to know is our blog really generating conversions? So I've set up a custom segment, and I'm going to do another webinar, another video about how to set up custom segments, but I'm assuming you know how to do that, so I'm going to blow through this real fast. So this means they came from organic and they landed on our blog, which is called WordPress. That's where our blog lives. So now I have an advanced segment on for my WordPress blog. Let's get rid of the all visits. So now I'm just looking at people who are hitting the blog. You can see my blog is amazing, lots of traffic. Okay, go over here on the left-hand side to our goals. And now I can see what is going on with my conversions based on my blog. So I can see where people are coming through the blog and doing conversions. So that's really neat. And what else can you do? Advanced segments. You could compare. I'm going to compare my blog, and let's just look at this. So what we're talking about is I'm comparing people who started here or ended up on the blog versus people who ended up on our tips section. So these are all sorts of question and answers. I can turn those advanced segments on, hit apply. So now I've got that advanced segment on. I can go and look at my goals, and I can see, it's a little bit harder to see, I can see down here that the SEO tips is outperforming the blog in terms of total signups. But over here, for AdWords, the blog is outperforming SEO tips. So I can see what parts of my website are generating different goals. So wrap that up. Okay, we'll wrap it up because you can get very lost here. Let's go back. Let's turn on all visits. So your first big takeaway, goals are hidden under admin, property, goals. That's where you define them. So you have to know to define them there. Once they're turned on, advanced segments, visits with conversions, that's looking at everybody that completed a goal. The second thing you can do is look at a custom segment or a default segment and see within that segment who actually completed goals. So you can really learn a lot about your website with goals. Let's go back to our instructor links. So all the instructor links are here for $39, and you can get to them, and I've examples of the goal path, the feeder path, and in Google Analytics what you want to do, define a goal, measure it, visit with conversion, and custom advanced segments. So that in a nutshell is goals in Google Analytics. Super important. I recommend everybody set those up. All of the instructor links are there at the number 39 on our website. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you for tuning in to YouTube, and have a fun time with your Google Analytics goals.